and I want to talk about my Angry Birds. This is the Angry Bird car, and it's in Hot Wheels, and it's been out. It has been new out. So, and it's really cheap to buy. And it's not even in the level of Angry Birds.
What about the big one?
And there's a pig car, and if I get that one, I might be able to put it on my next show.
Yep. What next have you got there, Tyler?
I've got the yellow one. He came out in a big packet.
Yep.
And it had some other Angry Birds and all the pigs with this in that packet. And comes with slingshots and lots of pigs. And this one is the Space Angry Bird.
Yep.
And I've never ever seen this one out, and it's been really new out.
Yep.
And there's also an ice one that came in the packet, you can see here. With it.
Oh yeah, they look good. What else you got there, Tyler?
And here's the normal one of them, and this one is way more smaller because it was the first series of Angry Birds out, and there's also other ones of these. So there's like the normal one of these, space one of these, there's the Star Wars one of these, and here's the ice one. He was in space, and he doesn't come out in any other Angry Birds games. And when he goes in, when he slingshots, he turns the pigs into ice. And this is the big grandpa pig, and he's got a big moustache on him, and he's very old. He looks big, but the king pig's actually bigger. And this pig was in the normal Angry Birds too. This is just a normal pig you always see in a level sometimes, but in these levels you don't always see him. But in the last level you will never ever see him. This one's a space one, like I just told you about this one, but this one's different. It's in a bubble and it's in space. Space Angry Birds was the next Angry Bird games out, and this one was, and you might not every time in the levels, you might not every time see him. Here's the king pig, but he doesn't have a crown because they couldn't make the crown on him. But he has like a flat face on him. Because when he came in the box had a flat cover, so his face couldn't be able to poke out. And this is one of them I talked about, but this one a bit different to this one and this one, because this one's got a flatter face. This one's a grandpa pig, but he's much smaller, had a flatter face, and you might not always see him every time in the levels. This one's got a protector helmet, and they normally don't always get killed, because the Angry Birds get hit by their hard head, so they won't be able to get killed. This is one that's squishy. It's all squishy, and when you squish that, it looks like it's a bubble. But it's also squishy. When you throw it to a wall, sometimes sticks, but it always falls off. This is another one. It's quite different because it's purple and it's a triangle one, and it's the fastest. And this squishy like the other one is. And he has laser eyes. And this one is actually nearly got a leak with water in it. So it nearly got broken. And here's some parts where the water has been coming out. And it always has this kind of back. But when you do that, it always goes back down. And here's another one. This one is much harder. Is a pig with a helmet on, but he has this little hole in him where you can put where you can go on a pencil, and he also has a bigger nostril, but he has a smaller one.
It's called Plant vs. Oh, I see.
He's the king, and he's got a really floppy crown. He's got two ears on next to each other, and I don't know why. And he's got a big nostril, but this nostril, the other nostril is medium. He is this one with this one and this one. They don't have a smile on them, but this one does, because it shows his teeth.
Yep.
And this ear on him is bending down, this one's going up. And this part, and that goes like this on his head. And this nostril is like a bit bent. The other one's a bit floppy. And here we have the big giant bone one. He's fluffy. And even something different about him. There's another Angry Bird inside. And then you can push that thing in, the other one inside. And zip that part up. Then he'll turn into a space Angry Bird. And he has this around there like this one has. These two and this one has both of capes. Here's this one. This one's just a bit different now because it's triangle-y. And I don't know how they got it into a triangle one. And it does the same thing with that one. And this one is purple. Push push that in.
Mm-hmm.
Zip that part up. Then there's this part where I can cover the yellow, so it's not actually a yellow bird anymore. Then he has like a cape like that one, but this one has got a bit like a triangle bit on there, and this one has like got these two bits on there, but this one doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a part where the inside of the fluff is,
Oh.
but that got broken.
That's it.
And that's all with my Angry Birds. And all of the Angry Birds there is the Angry Birds Seasons, Angry Birds Space, Angry Birds Morning, and Angry Birds Star Wars, and you can make your own one up. You can make your own ones up.
Okay, that's it.
And that's all.